I was assuming that she had died on impact. After I landed, took my gear off. I was about 150 feet from her, ran to her, and about the third time I screamed her name, she rolled over and spit the rest of her teeth out.
Rick can't believe his eyes. After falling in a 5,000-foot death spiral, somehow Shayna is alive. She recalls her near-fatal fall.
It was a perfect dive. We were having a great time. I'm under my canopy, and suddenly I heard a really loud snap, and I started to spin out of control. I cut away and just hoped for a good reserve. Once I realized it wasn't gonna work, I released the handles and just prepared to die.
Shayna hits the pavement at 50 miles an hour.
After I landed, my boyfriend ran over to me, and I sat up and spit out my teeth and tried to get up. I was asking questions, asking him if I was alive, if I was in heaven.
Shayna suffers multiple fractures. Her face is shattered like an eggshell. It takes 4 surgeries to reconstruct her face with steel plates. Despite it all, Shayna knows it's a miracle she even survived.
To me, I should have been dead.
Fontana, California. The rush of a high-speed motocross race straight from the track. Peter Balicki rides with a camera to get close-up on the racers.
All of us got a great start, and everybody made it into the first corner with no crashes, no spills, no close calls.
Heading out of the second corner, there's big trouble. Suddenly, another biker skids out of control directly in his path. Peter has no time to brake or turn. He piles into the fallen biker at full speed.
I was filling my head and filling my body, thinking, oh my God, am I okay?
Peter's okay. What about his racing buddy, Lewis Asher?
I hit Lewis so hard that I actually bent the subframe on the bike. And when I ran over Lewis, his body was, pretty tweaked. His visor was broken. His eyes were rolled back in his head, and he was breathing really, really hard.
For Lewis, the trouble begins when he shifts into the wrong gear. His speed drops from 140 miles an hour to 20. His bike flies out from under him. Lewis is knocked out in the crash, but he survives.
I was praying to God nobody's gonna run me over. It's like standing in the middle of a freeway in a fast lane. You pray to God that your number isn't up.
Lewis recovers from his injuries with no hard feelings toward his friend.
I'm just really thankful nothing happened to Pete. And thank the angels and my lucky stars that I'm still here today.
St. Petersburg, Russia. The final performer in the local air show comes in for a landing. But the pilot makes a tight turn too fast. The chopper plows into the ground. Razor-sharp rotor blades spin into the crowd. Men, women, and children run from the deadly steel shards. Amazingly, no one's hit. But the pilot is still trapped inside, and that smoke is from leaking fuel. The chopper's about to blow. door flies open. The pilot scrambles out just seconds before the helicopter bursts into flames. It was a close call. Too close for the pilot and the crowd.